make sure we're all good. Alright, bada bing. Alright. Well then, talk about something that needs no introduction, you know, totally hyped up. And that of course is the mode. So today, I thought I'd put it in the Sega Saturn. This is one of the harder models to put it in, if you will, as it does, most of them are going to require the power mod. We're going to do that as well. So power mod, we're going to do a reset mod as well, and we're going to go and do the 5060 auto switch using one of these. Originally I was just going to do the reset, but then I yeah, I'll just go ahead and do the 5060 as well. Also, shout out to Oof on Discord, Oof, as we do have this bracket we'll be putting in as well, this 3D printed bracket. Again, it was literally last night, so I'm going to go with the screws that I got. We'll see if that works. Alright, so what's interesting about this Saturn is it actually has, well, had, this one makes it kind of like the hardest of all Saturns. Oh yeah, look at that trap board. This one had the trap board. So if you don't know what that is, this is usually on Sanyo drives. So this is the Sanyo right here. Just gonna say it somewhere, I bet. Oh, right there, Sanyo. So this is a Sanyo drive, and what they had for some reason is a trap board. I don't know if it was to patch in stuff or something like that they didn't have before, but nevertheless, the craziest thing about it is the fact that it, like, you know, they have these short little flex cables, so that does make it a little bit harder. Now I've already changed this one over to have another CD-ROM drive that's in there. We're going to take that out. So yeah, that's essentially what we're doing today. This one's kind of a Frankenstein Sega Saturn. This is my third one here. I have two others, but this one is kind of like my Frankenstein. And when I saw the mode, I was like, all right, I'll just go ahead and grab the, you know, just kind of Frankenstein one together here. So I figured this would be a good time to do it. I mean, I've got my Sega shirt on. I mean, that's how you know. It's Sega time. It's Sega time. Let's make sure all the levels are good here. Alright, levels are looking alright. Maybe even bring that down a bit. Okay. Alright. Let's put this bad boy in. Let's get her in there. So I did already set up my SSD, so I'm assuming it's going to work. It's all the games are in a Saturn folder, and I put the database on, the covers database, so that'll look great. You know, I currently have a RIA, so you know, the RIA's kind of a pain to put like games on, and especially put games on. These are from yesterday. Especially to put games on, but also it's you know, it's kind of a pain to like take out at this point because it's been in there. So I just figured I'd Frankenstein one together here. I mean, it works. So now we can just see you later. All right. Take this off. This off. Oh yeah, this also had a mod chip in it, so we're not going to need that anymore either. You can leave it there, but it is literally, you know, has a line, a 5-volt line running to the PSU, so we'll take care of that as well. So the thing about the Saturn always gets me. Got to take out the screws. Get the power jack. we go. Yeah, so with the Model 2, well, some Model 2s. Some Model 2s do have 5, but a lot of Model 2s will have actually 4 pins. You're going to have 5 volt, 5 volt, ground, ground. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to wire the mode to the 5 volt and the ground. That's it. That's all I need. No, actually, I didn't even look at the mode yet. I'm jumping into the Saturn. I haven't even looked at the mode. Let's take a peek at this bad boy. First, I love the cover art. This cover art's amazing. Look at this. It's again Saturn and Dreamcast. I like that a lot. So we'll go ahead and put that over here. Just flew across the floor. It's fine. A little bit of smell there, but no big deal. Oh. Warning! Warning! Please download the installation manual from our website. Okay. So I have taken a peek. Actually, what else is on this? Actually, they just released a new manual, like, right before I came on. So. Oh, okay. Well, we got a 21 pin, so I know that for sure. Okay. Cool. Ooh, here it is. Oh, what else we got? So we got, oh, okay, so there's like 3M in here. So if the bracket works, I don't think we're going to need that. Oh, there's a power cable. We'll need this. It's kind of short. Isn't a bad thing if it reaches. Alright. It's already, is that pre-tinned? Yeah, no, yeah. Alright, let's take a peek at this thing. Alright. Getting all excited now. What do we got? There we go. Ooh. That looks nice. This looks great. This is a great, it's a great design considering it's so multi-purpose. Actually, does it have the, yeah, there's the Dreamcast right there. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so it's got the switches here, manual switches. Although we're going to be wiring it to the reset switch, so when you hit reset, it should go to the menu, which will be good. We actually flip this switch, right? So you have 5 volt Saturn, it says. You can see that right there. So because we're going to be wiring this to the power supply, there we go. There it is. That's the spot. We're going to want to put this over to 5 volt external. All right. This is really nice. Actually, I want to put the SSD I prepared in and just see how it looks. Yeah. All right, let's take a peek. How does it look? Did I knock this? I did. Knocked it over here. Look at that. Look at this guy. Unbelievable. All right. Oh, wow! Look at that. Okay, so it blocks the USB port, but yeah, I don't think you can use USB and SATA at the same time, they said, so that's not a problem at all. Yeah, micro SD's right there. Expansion. What do they got in mind? Oh, and this is where our connector will fit in, so there it is. Again, we'll trim off the ones we don't need. Oh yeah, there you go. That'll fit right in like, boom, just like that. Cool. Oh, and they're all labeled down there too? These guys. They thought of everything. Seriously though, this is a great design. This is, man, NeoDev, that guy, he's unbelievable. He's great. It's incredible. So how is this bracket gonna fit here? So again, shout out to Oof again for this bracket. Oh, look at that. Oh, dude, you nailed it. You did such a good job on this. Look at that, everything's lining up pretty good. Oh my gosh, look at that. That'll go in nice. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. This is exciting. This is exciting. That's what this is. It's exciting. This is crazy. Alright, so let's get to, you know, we got this right here. Why don't we go ahead and take care of this first? Bring this up to 320, 340 for now. just gonna heat this up, get this old pin, this old mod chip out. Mod chip's not gonna affect anything. It's just not gonna, it's no CD-ROM drive, so it's not gonna really, no point in having it wired up. Let's get it out of here. So you'll see right here, this is where that trap board was. So you'll see the trap board is, you know, that's why we have a longer cable here. So you'll notice this is a different cable. It's actually, again, speaking of Frankensteining, this cable is from a different a different Saturn. Because you definitely, yeah, you wouldn't be able to reach with those trap cables. Again, if you look, those trap cables are, I don't want to bring it over, it's so small. So smooth. Alright, so let's do the power mod. Now, honestly, not all Saturns need this, according to them, according to Terraonion, which, you know, it's fine. Again, if you try out your media, your SSD, your hard drive, and it works fine, it works great, then go for it, you know? You don't need to do this mod. However, if you go ahead, you put it on, and you know, your hard drive's screeching, or it's just not loading games, you gotta go ahead and give it a little bit more juice, which is totally understandable. So I'm gonna solder mine to the bottom of the board. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these pre-tinned a little bit shorter. They probably leave it long because I did see that they recommended, if you're not, you know, comfortable with soldering, you can just kind of insert it into the pins. So, which is, you know, good that they thought of that. You know, not everyone's, you know, comfortable with soldering. So, yeah, as you can tell, my new handle for my soldering iron has not come in yet, so I'm still dealing with this. I might have to switch over to my other one. Didn't want to, really didn't want to. Yeah, I really should just take this thing apart and take a look at it, what's going on. I think that's it. I think that's all she wrote with this handle. Alright, we're gonna switch it out. Yeah, the other one definitely doesn't heat up as fast, but there we go. Old, reliable. Oof, I have not modded with this one in years. Yeah, it still heats up pretty fast. It's not as fast. Unless I'm not a fan of this tip. Oh, that's fine. Oh, alright, let's go for it. Minor setback. Let's bring this out a bit more. Bit of flux. You wanna get in close? Yeah, let's get a little bit closer. Especially because I was gonna use my microscope today, but it was a little wasn't working right either. All my tools are breaking. Isn't that how it always is? Take good care of them too, and they all just having a few problems. There we go. Get that nice and molten. You just want to get that right in there. Bada bing. Here's your 5 volt, your red. Let's get that grounded. Now the ground, like as always, is a little I have to heat it up just a little bit longer. Maybe you apply just a little bit more heat to it, mainly because it is a ground plane. So get in there. There we go. You know, I'm gonna move them. I just thought of that. My when it's gonna go in the other way. So again, like everyone else. First time installing mode on a Saturn. Yeah, I have to decide where I want to put my other mode or which Dreamcast. Here we go. Now here's what we're gonna do. We have to obviously make way for the pins. So let's see if we can slide this a little bit over. Like that. Slide this a little bit over. Oh, it's stuck. It got stuck on the lid switch. Let's get that there. Alright, let's try it out. So, make sure the pins doesn't interfere, doesn't bunch up or anything. Looks like it's alright. Perfect. So there, it'll actually go ahead, still be able to get the pins, it's still facing the same way it's going to be. So, it's going to be going out, so that's good. Hey, Sega Saga. Thanks for joining, brother. And thanks for the information last night, too. I was sitting there, I'm like, you know, I'm reading through, and I'm like, hold on, so the reset is there. There's not a button combo. I believe Todd said there wasn't a button combo. I was like, is it just hit the switch? I don't know. Like, and then you cleared everything up for me, so thank you. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Also, incredible name. Incredible name, just saying. A very appropriate name, too. Alright, so there you go. So, again, we're not going to put this back just yet, because we got to dig in deeper. We got to dig in a little bit deeper. There you go. Yeah, it's crazy, because even just looking at this, the Model 1s that, like, I've worked on, you know, have the daughter board, and there's actually a few Model 2s that I've run into that has the daughter board for the controller ports as well. So you might have that. You might see that it's a little separated. Here, I'll bring it out a bit just while we're disassembling. Yeah, that's common, you know, to see the daughter board. This one is one piece. Looking at it, and I'm not too sure off the top of my head, it's probably a VA7. Probably a VA7. Because I do not remember what motherboard I put in this one. Do not remember. I believe for the mode we're going to be taking out the these posts. Well, I think especially using that bracket. That again, shout out to Oof on the Discord, Terraonion Discord, for sharing that. He shared it like last night. I was up at like 1 a.m. He shared it before, but somebody was talking about it. I can't remember who. And then Todd pinned it to the Terraonion. And I highly recommend if you're watching, you're not part of the Terraonion Discord, get on there. Again, so many great people that'll help you out if you have any questions whatsoever on anything with mode, Mega SD, SSD, SSD, S3. And who knows what's next? Well, I guess we do know. We know it talked about something about a Super Nintendo card, but who knows what's after that? Yeah, when it comes to ODEs, NeoDev, he's incredible. He does a great job with these. Again, Terraonion's gotta. There you go. Terraonion's they gotta pay him more. They gotta pay him more. He's incredible. No, I'm sure they take care of him. It's good people. Let's take a peek at what we got. Aha! It was a VA7. I was right. There we go. So are these screwed on? Yes, they are. So let's take a peek. Got the reset switch right here. So we're actually going to be soldering to the top left of that reset switch today for the reset, which I think is totally worth it. Straight up. Okay. I'm actually curious how this bracket went ahead and made, how that's gonna sit in here. Does it screw from the bottom like the posts? Maybe. Can actually use these same screws. That would be convenient. So you take out the screw, and it's got the little, just push it like this, nice, squeeze it. It should come out. Just one by one. Alright, let's see this bracket. Did such a good job on this. Here, I'll move this off to the side for now. We'll get back to that. But I just want to see. Okay. I probably have to go from the bottom. Let's see. Yeah, this is a great little design you can easily print. You did a great job designing it. I agree with that. Now, I just saw your message there in the chat, Sega Saga. Yeah, I agree, because you really think about, they've been kind of I don't want to say one up, but they've been just kind of adding extra features we all want to their ODEs. Like I said before, I have the RIA, still do. Not gonna sell it. It's in my Model 1, but it's a pain to go ahead and load games on again. Ugh, I actually absolutely hate it to load games on. But I did it once, converted all the files, and that was it. Yeah, look at that, so screwed right on. But it's so much easier, and we've got great artwork that we're gonna have with the mode here. Auto 50-60 switching eventually. I know Todd had said something about maybe making the reset, because they're looking into that reset combo. So, I mean, this is all stuff. It's all stuff I want. So, it kind of makes it a hard sell for any other ODEs. And I made a video, right when they announced it, and I was literally like, this is going to be a great product. I mean, it's straight up is gonna. But if you have a RIA, is it going to be worth it? Well, now that we know everything this mode can do in comparison to any of the other ODEs, I 100% think that it's worth it if you have a RIA or you have a Phoebe to upgrade. And I call it that. I call it an upgrade, because it is. And even the same for the Dreamcast, too. I mean, the GDMU, you have obviously, wow, what's that? It's like, maybe my printer needs to be a little more calibrated. It's like really tight on that hole. But yeah, so, you know, you have the, what's his face there, going ahead scrambling to do some updates. Like, you know, to like Code Veronica, stuff that's been for a long time, like, broke. And then the USB GD-ROM, man, it's not a bad piece of tech, but getting one is something else. Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, I really don't blame you for selling yours. And you created a new SD card every time you want to add games. At that point, you're just turning it into a cartridge-based system almost. Like, you just insert the game in each SD card. Wow, even like, this is pretty sturdy with just 2 screws on, but you know, just so we don't lose the screws, put them all on. But that's kind of funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the mode must be a blessing for you then. Oh my gosh. And I do like that I really like, I'm so like happy they thought about like, oh, well, what if we, you know, use the SD card for people can load stuff on if they've already gone ahead and have a hard drive like really deep into the system. You're not going to be able to get to it easily. Great idea as well. And then on top of that, you're going to have Laser Bear, who's definitely going to go ahead and make a great bracket for it. And again, not to knock this bracket looks like it's great, but definitely Laser Bear, you know, Greg, he does a great job with all of it, without all of them. So it's good to use until then, that's for sure. Especially because you know when Greg opens up pre-orders for the, or you know, if he's gonna do pre-orders or you know, just opens it up, period, you know, he's gonna be swamped. Again, you gotta think, so many mode owners out there, and I would say 95% of them would want a 3D printed bracket, if not 99.9% of them would. So especially one with like SD access. Oh, I know it's taken him a little while to design, but I get it. You know, he's doing a great, he's taking his time. He's producing a great product as he always does. Although, oof, I'm telling you, this bracket, this thing fits like a glove. So there you go, you got boom, screwed in. Oh, that looks great. It's great that he even like shared it on the Discord. Like, that's why, get in that Discord if you're not already, peoples. Right, and see, that's exactly it. Like, that's what I did. Redumps on the SSD. I'm done. You know, realistically, it's for updates and you know, updates to the database, for the covers, and for the you know, firmware. I mean, other than that, I don't have any other reason to take this thing out. Let's be serious. So yeah, it's interesting too, because I was going back and forth. I was like, you know what, this you know, the mode, it's great. It's really incredible. Do I want to go ahead and like put this in my Model 1 that I have my RIA? And I kind of decided, you know what, I'm just nah. Because even if I were to sell my RIA, I'd just sell the Model 1 with it. Again, out of anything, this is my least played Saturn. So I have the RIA in the Model 1. I have a white Japanese that I did the BIOS mod to. So it'll, you know, it's region-free BIOS, and it still has the disk drive, and I wanted that for my originals, and I put a mod chip in too, just in case. And also it was like 2015, so It's pretty much is the only way to really get not pay for the ridiculousness that is Saturn games. For my God, those prices. The U.S. games are through the roof. Japanese games are all right. Some are. There's still some rarities out there, obviously. Right. Wow. So look at this. This looks so clean. This looks so clean, especially that with that bracket. Oof. I didn't know who you were before 1 a.m. Oof. Last night, but man, changed my life. And you did too, Sega Saga. You helped me out too, so thank you, brother. That looks, it does. Yeah, translations, baby. I agree. Translations is another one that'd be really cool. A good reason to have the SD card to pop in and out. I didn't even think of that. There's always so many new translations. It's maybe a Snatcher translation for the Saturn. Go well with that Police Knots translation. I also love Police Knots and Snatcher. I've always wanted to just play through another version of Snatcher. I think it'd be awesome. Other than the Sega CD, because I do not speak anything other than English, so kind of makes it a little hard. Google Translate isn't that reliable. If you ever I'm sure, and sure someone else has tried it too. We've got 5 people in here, legit, Google Translate up to the screen, and you just see the most ridiculous stuff. Sometimes it's unreal. And you're well then. I tried playing Seaman 2 on PS2 through Google Translate. Wow, it wasn't happening. Was not happening. All right, so we're going to be soldering to these, and then I've actually never done the 50-60 hertz mod before, but again, if it's lifting pins, I do that a lot, so whatever, good with that. But I just have to see which pin. Let's see, PDP which actually, this one, while I get this out, did I actually do the FRAM mod on this? Done the FRAM mod on all my other Saturns. I don't think I bought fire. No, I didn't actually. Yeah, I actually didn't. Yeah, that's the FRAM right there. Yeah, I've streamed that I think twice already. That and I did a region free BIOS too, but that one streamed that then. It is crazy how many of these boards are different. When you really take apart so many Sega Saturns, they're so different. A VA7 is wicked different from a VA15 or an earlier board. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, 'cause usually FRAM's on the bottom. I've seen that. Nice thing about it having it on the top is I bet you there's not much, probably isn't adhesive on it, which is kind of nice. But, and I think it's kind of nice. But. Okay, so it looks like it's pin 79. To be precise. Let me see that. There. Harness. Where did I put it? There. How thick are these wires? great, but. And then, which one is it on here? And it resets 4. So. Oh, okay, so I just went the other way. Okay. And then, so that's that. Making region would be right above it. So we actually don't need all these other wires. And because I have 1,000,001 of these connectors, just gonna chop off the other ones for now. If they do added functionality, I'll just do it again. LED or something. Yeah. My Japanese had the Phantom in region. Nice. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think that mine's got the Phantom chip in it too. Yep. Exactly. That's what I did. I just played this. Oh, nice. All right, Model 1. Nice. I do love the Model 1. I really do. I just like the model. I like the Model 1 US and the Model 2 Japanese white. I love it. Right, it's true. Many times it would seem like it'd be more expensive, but there you go. Craziness, craziness. All right, so even just I want to go ahead and kind of map out basically how long of a wire I'm going to need here. How did that get over there? Ugh. Let's take a peek. Oh, okay. I was getting scared for a second. Even CD-ROM drives, just because, you know, I got the trap board. It's like, even that, there's like there's a bunch of different ones. There it is. That's a good place to drop it in. Reset's going this way, and then the VDP 2 is that way. Actually, we may need like the entire length of this harness. We may not need to cut it at all. Wow, I thought we'd have to trim it up a bit. There we go. I'll say, oof, the only thing about this bracket is it does not allow this CD-ROM power cable to like go through well, but that's okay. It's not going to go through much anyway, so. All right, let's do that. Lift that pin first. Lift that pin up. So, pin 79. I don't even know if I'm going to play any PAL games, but I'm here. Let's do it. I'll bring you guys in more. It's like the one thing I always forget when I'm streaming. I'm like, oh yeah, should probably bring them in. Bring them in. I do like that 50-60 auto patching. That's like, it's pretty cool. I don't know if, because again, I don't know, it's an NTSC console. I don't know there's a lot of European games I'll play, but who knows? Why not? I'm here. Oh yeah, that was I did that. Yeah, it's funny because I like essentially I did it and it was just like I don't know if anybody else knows how to do this. So then I went ahead and was like, oh, I'll just do like a quick video on it, no big deal. And then, yeah, it like blew up because nobody else did a video on it. So I was like, oh, that works. Something I did last night that I almost want to do a video on too is my DC HDMI. I have 2 units, and weirdest thing happened. I was talking to Dan about it. What happened was I upgraded from 4.2 to 4.5 because I was like, oh well, you know, I'll probably take out one of them, put in the mode. It bricked it, and it was literally one of the first DC HDMIs that he did. So I was like, oh my goodness. And so I was like, I don't know how. So I went onto the GitHub, looked, and there's, you know, you can just reflash it with a flasher, the Beefy 3 flasher. And so, you know, I went ahead, and it's through Python. So I went ahead, you know, I actually on this laptop, because it was like right here anyway, I threw on Python, went through the command prompt, and did it. And I was like, I don't know if anyone else would know how to do this. And then I kind of looked, and there was like no other videos and stuff like that on it. I mean, it works great now, and it's on 4.5, but yeah, it was the weirdest thing. And even Dan said that's really strange, because it went through, it said firmware successfully downloaded, please restart. I restarted, and then black screen. And I was like, that's super weird. So, and I don't know. I mean, it has a USB GD-ROM in it now. Maybe that affected it or something. I don't know. But otherwise, it worked fine. It works fine now. So it was something that I was kind of like, I don't know if anyone's really knows that, you know, 'cause who knows, you know, anything can happen. So you always feel bad, you know, when you have someone who's, you know, never really, you know, done anything like that, and they kind of have to figure it out on their own. So what I like to do is use the X-Acto knife when I bring up a pin, just to move it, not cutting or anything, just because it's thin enough that you can get the blade under there, and then you can just like lift it up very carefully, like so. And there we go, we got pin 79 lifted up. Again, I do flux it, you know, because obviously flux is your best friend. And I'm happy that that worked with that big old tip. There you go. Pin 79, sorry, pin 79. I had a brain fart midway through. Look at that bum. Yeah, super weird. Yeah, it really was. And even Dan, when I was talking to him through email, he was like, that's strange. And I was like, dude, like, you know me. This is weird. And so I was like, I'll just reflash it, no big deal. And so I did, and it worked. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it was because it went from 4.2 to 4.5, which he said that shouldn't matter, and I agree that shouldn't matter at all. I don't know if it was the USB GD-ROM. I don't know. And when I opened it up, everything looked fine. You know, the placement of the antenna was great. Yeah, I don't know, but it's all fixed. So, but I was like, you know, in case anyone else ever experienced that, maybe do a quick vid or something on it. And the other thing that I was thinking about doing a video on was the I got the Panasonic Service 2. Yeah, Service Disc 2 for my Panasonic Hue. So it's region free for DVDs now too. And because it's all Japanese menus, it was like, just like, it took a minute, let's put it that way, to go ahead and figure it out. It took me about a half hour to really figure out what was going on in all the menus, because then the remote's also in Japanese, because then you're like with the remote, and I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm pressing. So it did take a minute, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a quick video on that if anyone ever needs that as well. Alright, I gotta think. So this is gonna go to the back of the board? Yes. So this is actually gonna go like so. How do I want to do this? I'll tell you what first I want to do. I want to get some of this flux off. Just gently around the pin. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could have updated your GBA consolizer firmware. It actually, you know, the program is cheap, and you really can't break it. So, and some people say, I noticed in the comments, like I didn't have to, but some people said in the comments they had better luck when they literally erased the chip first, then went ahead and flashed it. The nice thing about that, though, which is, you know, good, it's not a bad idea to erase and then just completely bring the new firmware on, is then you know that it's connecting. Like, you know that it's connected. If it erases the chip, then you know that it's going to be able to reflash the chip. If it doesn't erase the chip and it comes up back all null and all that, that means you just don't have a connection. So, yeah, me too. I'm glad it worked in the end, because I was sitting there and I was like, oh man, you know, like I've got two, but I was just kind of like, man, I just. And that night I was actually, because I was playing a game, and I just was like, all right, gonna take out the USB GD-ROM one and put in the GDMU one. So in the end it would all work, but I was like, weird. But yeah, I don't know which one. I think I'm gonna probably keep the GDMU for now and take out the USB GD-ROM. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I almost want to leave the trap metal on just because it's like so weird. It's a new type of music, trap metal. That's probably not a new type of music. That's probably already music. That's already probably a genre. That's what the kids bop, you know. That's what the kids end up bopping. I'm trying to think. Best way to feed this. The nice thing is that it's a harness, so like if I'm going underneath, I can just go bip, pop it off. But I want to feed this kind of like so. Yeah, that'll be good out the back like that. So forgot that I'm like got some tight shots going. So with the harness here, maybe go down the back. I could tuck the wire a little bit too. Yeah, for now that should be alright. Keel. Yeah. That might be a fantastic idea. Just to put a little capped on tape, or honestly even a little, I wouldn't even mind doing a little bit of hot glue right there. Again, just to keep it from being pulled or anything. There we go. Oh my goodness, Mobius is incredible. Chris is the man. Let's just start with everything. He's all his mods. First off, he's an incredible modder. Second off, you know, Furtek and his virtual tap, which is an incredible mod. You know, after Furtek was done with his run, I know there was a lot of people concerned actually that, you know, will we be able to get it? And that's one thing that's always kind of been like, I don't know, like in the retro community, like I get why things are discontinued, right? You know, there's just not enough, you know, maybe somebody wants to go do something or else, and they want to get out of the scene. Maybe at the end of the day, there's not enough demand for it, so they go ahead and they stop making it, right? Case in point, Dan stopped making the 3DO RGB, which I modded a few of those, and they were great. It's a great mod. But, you know, what kind of makes me, you know, you got to think there's people who want to come into the scene who, you know, maybe new, and they're like, ah, shucks, I missed that, right? So it was pretty awesome that Chris, like, kind of picked up the baton and offered the virtual tap for a while there, which was great. And then of course the triple bypass. How can you say Mobius and not talk about the triple bypass on the Nomad? Oh, it's beautiful. There we go, perfect. I'm gonna check that to make sure it's all good. I think I'm gonna do a little hot glue just to you know, keep her in place instead of capped on tape. Well, you know, I'll just, yeah, no, because I have to wait that to heat up, and the capped on tape's like right there. Yeah, we'll do the hot glue. It's right behind me. Ugh. Again, hot gluing solder joints, don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. No bueno. But hot gluing to keep stuff from moving around, and that's a delicate mod. It's totally alright. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm not globbing it on. I know some people are like completely anti hot glue, but I think at the end of the day, for something like this, so it doesn't move around on you, it's better than not using it. But yeah, just don't use it on solder joints. I've seen that. It's ridiculous. Like, just to hold a wire in place, totally fine. And again, the reason why I like using like hot glue for something like that is that, again, if you got to take hot glue off, take some isopropyl alcohol, put on a piece of Bounty or, you know, a piece of paper towel there, and just dab it, and there you go. It's done. It's off. Like, no harm, no foul. Comes clean right off. So that's why I'm all right with it. Except the wait time. What can you do? It's got to heat up. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should have waited till I also got the reset in. Yeah, it's fine. I'll do this just in case. I don't want this to rip out by accident. That's the point of it. But just a dab. Let's keep this down. Keep that wire down. Oh, the stringiness though, I hate. Oh, he fixed yours too? Yeah. I got one of the first ones, so I had to do the, I did the audio Firebrand X's audio mod and the Voltar's FURGB, which you gotta love that name, right? And Voltar's one of a kind, that dude. But you can't knock him. He's great at modding. He's incredible. He really is. His soldering ability is just top notch. His jokes are something else, though. It's an acquired taste, maybe I'll say. There you go. It's acquired taste. It's my taste. I think it's hilarious, but there we go. See, that'll help. It gets so it won't get pulled. All right. I'm also going to get down into there and just make sure there's no bridges on that wire. I may even just want to, like, this is where I need to stop myself. I get too OCD with this stuff sometimes. Just have to walk away. There we go. Peter North special sauce. Yes. See, but like something like that, that's fine. It's just to help it. See, it's not holding up the. It's not affecting. It's not holding the wire to the pin. It's just keeping it from, you know, coming off. Peter North. I think he does say that. He does say that. Yeah, yeah. Peter North special sauce. Oh, that guy's hilarious. He is. I think he's funny. I know some people don't agree, but I think he is. Hopefully, I'm gonna have to just touch that up with the peanut North special sauce again, just because the ice purple might have been underneath of it, but that's okay. Actually, see, I need to just stop. I'm like, you know what? It's just want to make sure. Yeah, the ISO gun underneath just popped up. Oh well. It happens. See? Let me just do it again real quick. After I wipe it a little bit more. But see, that's why I don't mind using it to just hold like a delicate wire like this in place, because literally the smallest amount of ISO will just lift it right out. It'll be like it never happened. Totally reversible. Only Voltar, Peter North special sauce. Totally forgot about that. Here, I'm gonna grab my just a Voltar quote. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I love them. Yeah, dude's hilarious. Alright, I'm just gonna double check this real quick. I don't even need light. Actually, I need more light. I was like, I don't need light. I need light. Yeah, actually looks pretty good. Yeah, the my handheld microscope is like right over there, but I like to use the optics sometimes. Let's check this side too. And then I also like to just use quick magnifying glass too. Yeah, I'm so like, I don't want to say paranoid. It's just a matter of like, you know, you don't want to short a pin. So I will do all the precautions to make sure I don't short a pin. Yeah, you know, I'm just looking at that over the microscope. It's such thick wire too. Like, could easily get away with Kynar, but it's attached to the harness. So, yeah. That's looking really good. This side as well. Yep. Alright, now for the Peter Notes special sauce. Oh man, that guy, he's amazing. So funny. So talented. Or skilled. I should say skilled. Very skilled. I've never got anything modded by him, because I do my own mods, but I'll tell you, I trust him. I do wonder like how he is, like if he's just like chilling on his own. Does he just like crack himself up? Because like I feel like if I was him, I would just say ridiculous stuff, just crack myself up, you know, keep myself entertained while I'm like, you know, modding in the lair or lab or whatever he calls it. Yeah, this is my my modding lair. It is pretty amazing because we have like you know, my fiance and I, we have a you know, decent sized house, and well, we never use the dining room, so I have a gigantic table that's got both leaves in, full of projects to mod and everything else, and it's a huge workspace. So it looks like it's like I'm cramped here, but it's really not. It like expands around. So, but it's so nice because everything's set up. I can just sit down and just boop, just mod. Don't even have to think about setting anything up. So she is incredible for allowing that and allowing me to have a game room. So I take up a few rooms in this house. So I'm really glad she thinks I'm not all right guy. Ugh. All right, look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. No movement. Beautiful. All right, while we're at it, kind of thinking about how I want to do the reset. If I just want to run it, and snake it down. You know what? I'll snake it down. Here. How's that gonna look? How's that gonna reach? Yeah, I'm not gonna reach. Maybe snake it. Is it weird? I almost want to like, maybe it's getting too crazy, but do like a sure, wife, girlfriend, I agree. That acceptance factor is huge. It really is huge. It's crazy. Like, if it wasn't like, God, she's so good. I'm not even saying that because I know she's not watching. She doesn't care about any of this. So I know she's not watching. It's just straight up, it's like, she's a saint. And she enjoys it, like, you know, she plays it off like it's my thing, but like, you know, if I put on Metal Slug, she's right there, 2-player, she's hitting start, you know, so I mean, she enjoys it too. I could just do it like here, but then like, if I go to remove the cage, does that give me a lot of slack? I'd almost love to do like a breakaway harness, like on the harness. It's like double harness. That'd just be weird, but I almost want to do that though, just because we're on such opposite sides of the board. It would be easy enough to do. See, now I've got the brain going. I'm kind of like, you know, Do I have the connectors readily available? You know, I just do it off stream. I do it off stream. Just get the reset in, because I'm also kind of like, at the same time, I just like, I want to check out the mode. Let's check this bad boy out. Yeah, almost want to just go ahead and do that. See, that's good. See, wife acceptance. It's huge. It's huge. Well, see, she plays it off, right? And then she's like, you know, she went off. She bought a Switch, right? Which is like, yeah, you know, for anyone who's not like, you know, hardcore into gaming, the Switch is great. But yeah, so it's kind of like she kind of plays it off a little bit, like, yeah, she's not into it, but she's into it. Or even like the other night, I was playing Dynamite Deca Asian version on my Naomi, and she went ahead and she put on player 2. She hit start and she just like went to town and was enjoying it and loving it. And I was like, she's not into gaming though, huh? So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I like the idea of just using that standard IO like they do, but what would be a good idea is to have a little harness that can disconnect, especially onto the board for both of them. So when you do any work, and also for the fact that again, if they ever, if they change, like if they do any more extra like special things here, I've got plenty of harnesses, so that's not a problem to like change out, cut it, and then put the quick connect on the other side. I might end up doing that. I'm just trying to think how, like, what I have readily available to do that with. I'll do it after. I'll do it off stream. I'll do it after. Because I promised to put the reset switch in. And you're here, and you told me, Sega Saturn, you told me what to, how to use it. I can't not do it. No, I do want this reset switch badly though. Like with the RIA, I don't know if there's a way to do it with the RIA, but like I just power cycled and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Every time. Just getting that nice and tight. Is that too tight? Is that not tight enough? Wow. All right. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and it's the top left that you want to go ahead and solder to. So put a little bit of flux. I'm gonna put some new solder. Oops, be careful of that cap that's there. There we go. Can also solder to the chip, but that's only really if the, well, I mean, I guess it's not really only if the reset switch is in the actual lid, but if it's in the lid, that's kind of what you have to do. Let's trim this harness down a little bit. Oh yeah, there are solder points in the bottom. Cool. Just thinking to myself, I was like, there are solder points on the bottom of the mode, right? Is that for the header? Yeah. So if you wanted to, you could just do a instead of using the harness, you could just solder all this stuff to the bottom of the mode header if you really wanted to. If you couldn't get a harness, or if you didn't want to use the harness and instead you wanted to use like Kynar, which would be easier on the 5060 mod. Let's get this bad boy in place. There we go. Make sure it's not touching that cap. So it doesn't pull the pad. Put a little bit right there, kind of help it out. And then Chris told you, what? Oh, Chris told you how to do it? Or how to like mod with to the reset switch, or to the how the reset works? See, Chris knows all. Chris is great. It is cool to see like Chris is like constantly on the Discord. Like, you know, I know Todd is like the PR person essentially, but like Chris is really involved, which is awesome. I don't know. I like the Terraonion crew. I think it was a good move too. Bringing Todd on board, that was good. Yeah. Especially because Todd's like, you know, he's known on the scene for arcade, and you know, did a little. I think he did an Atari video or something like that too, but did a couple of videos. So he was well known in the scene for him and his big orange mic. And, you know, it's his trademark. I love it. So it was just kind of cool to, like, you know, see that they're like, take him on. And he said, yeah. I think that kind of helped their image a little bit. I think, you know, obviously, some people are still, like, not happy about what happened with the SSD S3. But honestly, I could care less about that first batch. I have it. I have one from the first batch, but I fixed it. And, you know, they did offer it, you know, other modders offered to fix it. I think like anything else, you know, like same with like car manufacturers, like they had their growing pains at first, and now they're doing great. You know, everyone has their little growing pains. But yeah, their products are literally top notch. Especially now, I think ODEs, they're definitely like, really like, it's their specialty now. I think part of that is NeoDev too. NeoDev is good. You. I shouldn't have to hold that down. Oh no, I didn't mean to go in that deep. That's alright. It is funny to see when manufacturers use like hook glue for Bosch wires and stuff. I love it. I'm like, oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was the Atari and that. Yeah, they need to move on. I agree. Like I said, any other company goes like the same thing. You know, another great example is Dujin Dance, right? Like, yes, we all made fun of Dujin Dance's mods. They were pretty bad, but he's improved. He's done well. He's done great. So, and he has some cool, innovative ideas too, with the PC Engine. So it's like, you know, past the past. And again, they made another hardware revision. Like, it's fine. And again, you think like, look at all the other success they've had since, right? NeoSD has been a hit. NeoSD Pro, we're all waiting for the NVS, but I mean, like, it's a great product if you have the AES version. You know, you got Mega SD. Oh man, so much. I'm also a very like. I know people like take shots at each other, like between Crix and Terraonion, and I'm just not into that. It's just like, dude, it's more the merrier. Like, straight up, the more the merrier. Give me more options. I want more options versus less. because mainly because I remember when there was less. There was literally no options. Like I'm back in the day when I used to mod PlayStations and PS2s. Like you didn't know what an ODE was. Yeah, man. PS2. I haven't done a PS2 in years now. I kind of want to do a PS2 again though. It kind of. It's because it's been years. It's the only reason why I think. And it's like art. Like spend so much time with it and stuff. I just don't think there's much of a market for PS2 mod chips anymore. But it's ESR, you can just like patch it and go. But I remember I did one of the first mod chips on PS2, and it was you had to use the Game Shark and all that to like make it work. It was an interesting time. So yeah, that's why I'm just like, why do people complain? And you know, yeah, most innovative products. I agree with that, honestly, straight up. Although I will say that's why I was a little surprised when they said like Super Nintendo, because I was like, well, what more can we do? Like I thought, you know, we reached, wouldn't say that pinnacle, but we were pretty good with that. But hey, you know what? Honestly, NeoDev, I'll see what he's got up his sleeve. I'll see what he's got up his sleeve. Oh yeah, look at that mod. Yeah. Oh my goodness. PS1 Digital. Oh, steal my heart away. And again, I was talking to Dan about it this morning. And I was just like, oh, cannot wait. I cannot wait. Because that did come up. I was like, Dan, I've installed every single one of your your products multiple times. And he was like, oh, that's cool. And it was just funny. Because I was like, except for the PS1 Digital. Yeah, let's see if I can zoom in. See if I can get it. Okay, like a side shot. Boom. I want to do like a nice shot of the, I'll put this off to the side. You don't need to see my phone. Crappy phone. I had my Note 8 and that thing died, and I'm like, oh, I'm waiting for the Note 20. We'll see. Yeah, if I get a PS1 Digital though, I'll be streaming that bad boy. But then hopefully the new handle comes from my soldering iron. I couldn't believe that too. I don't know if you were here for that, but I had to switch out soldering irons because what started to happen, it was like 2 streams ago too, is the my soldering irons, and I have the KSGER. It's actually the one Voltar recommended, which is it's a fantastic iron. That thing is incredible, but it is crazy to think the handle on it, and maybe it's because again I use it all the time, is that it just like died. I don't know, there's probably loose wire or something in there, but so it's like, yeah, I keep meaning to take it apart and check it out, but in the meantime, just like, you know, just bought another one, so just wait till the other one comes in now. Alright, so we snap this bad boy in, right? Ooh, that's a lot of pressure to snap that in. I like having, you know what, actually the bracket, tuck it under the bracket for now, just tuck it under there, no, not gonna lie, just kind of like, like I'm sitting there, I'm like, I could just do the FRAM mod now, but I'm like, I just kind of want to check out the mode, like, I just want to see, like, what's up. Yeah, the manufacturing is pretty smart though. If you go ahead and think about it, it was very smart that they went ahead and were like only doing, you know, they did one SKU that does both Saturn and Dreamcast. It's so smart. That's, you know, it's one SKU. It's one thing you have to take care of, not two products. Just, you know, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty smart they did that. Although I will say, people that are like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy one and switch between consoles. Okay. I mean, I give you all the credit in the world if you do, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, once it's in, man, it's gonna be, you know, unless you leave your systems like unscrewed and stuff, just kind of like it's kind of it. Like it's it. I know, Dan, hint. I know. I was like, huh? I wasn't really like that though. I was just kind of like, you know, it was one of those realizations that I was like, dude, I've installed everything. Like even his Coleco RGB mod, I did that too. Like it's like I've really installed like everything you have. Like, dude, like he makes great products, incredible products, straight up. Yeah, Unreality, the mod scene right now it's awesome. It just keeps getting better and better. It's fantastic. As someone who's been with the scene for a long time, in fact, so long, I'll tell you exactly how long. When it comes to just knowing the price of how much I paid for this Saturn and all my other Saturns, this Saturn was $25, and it worked. My Saturn Model 1 is my favorite story because I bought that, I don't even know how many years ago. It was like right when Facebook Marketplace like was becoming a thing. Or maybe it was Craigslist. Might have been Craigslist. And legit, the dude came to my house, dropped off the Saturn that I was buying for $30, Model 1, totally working with the Model 1 controller. Just came to my house, dropped it off. While all my friends were over there, we're all hanging out in the game room. And because they're huge retro fans too. And like the doorbell rings and they're like, oh, we're expecting someone else coming over? And I was like, no, that's just my my Sega Saturn. And they're like, what? It's like, what are you talking about? The guy delivered it. I was like, and you know, it was just like, whatever. He literally was like, I was like, do you want to meet? And he was like, no, just drop it off. And it's like, all right, got a whole bunch of friends at my house anyway, so. It's crazy though. That's how much I paid. $30 delivered. $25 for this one. Even the Japanese one, I paid like $40 back in the day for, because I've had that one for countless years too. Oh yeah, guess you don't really need the. Sure as heck not getting to that screw in the middle now. Oh, I could unscrew that, but to put the screw in the middle, but I don't really need that. No, they're really 200? That's insane. I remember looking and they were like, it was like 75. Actually, before the mode and all that, it was like 75. And I was kind of like, oh, wow, that's kind of high. Wow, oof, man, like, talk about like a system that just has been appreciated way past its prime. So true. It is a great system, but that's nuts though, really? 200? Oh my gosh. $200? Oh my goodness. That doesn't even like sink in. It's Sega Saturn. I also remember when these things were on sale in the store. Nobody wanted them either, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. I mean, especially because I get why they didn't want them. The US library is not the best. But yeah, I never had a Saturn growing up though. Oh, oh, you know what? That's a good point though, right? Like legit. Yeah, the mode probably is jacking them up. Wow. Well, don't worry, I'm not selling this on eBay. This is going right in the game room for all the enjoyment. Ah, so yeah, I think it's probably when I checked. It was about a year ago. Was that for the Japanese one too? You said you had? I'm forgetting if there's screws on it. There you go. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna think on the harnesses there. I would love it if like just a little harness, just click off, click off. That would be an ideal situation for when whenever you have to get underneath. You know, especially for a recap. I don't actually now I think, but I don't think this one's been recapped. But I don't even think the PSU's been recapped on this one. This actually the PSU's out of this one is a Japanese one, but it works. I told you this is a Frankenstein one. But I played a lot on this one actually. Again, I got my $25 worth out of it. Again, had the trap board and all that, but that CD-ROM drive, and I had another one. So. Jeez. This wire is so short for this power. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move that power. Wow, I didn't realize that the power cable's that short. Oh my gosh. $150, but I think, and it's clean. Nice. I know I'm gonna be that guy. I don't understand. Kind of like, and I'm glad people enjoy it and they love it, but like, I don't really get getting box systems. Like, I have the original boxes of systems like I bought, but like, it's so pricey. So much more pricey for cardboard. That takes up more room. That's more room for video games. You know? That's what I see it. But you know, I'm a weird guy. I have an FM Town Smarty. Like, it's like I don't have any room. So that's probably why. I have probably, like, last time I counted, it was nearing the 50 mark of different consoles hooked up, including handhelds, not including doubles. Setup's insane. I love it. Do this a little bit. Man, I can't believe the wire's that short that I'm like really stretching to get it there. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and it's cool. Like, if you like into it and stuff like that, like that's wicked awesome. That you're like, you know, that you want the complete box experience. And I get, you know, that's just some nostalgia in there too, especially if you had that before. But even all, you know, I kept all my make sure there's no flux and stuff in there. I kept all my boxes when I was a kid. Because I literally, not even knowing what collecting was and stuff, it was just like, oh, well, this came with the game, so I'm going to keep it. But, you know, I used to put them back in the box. Just, you know, looked weird. But when I was a kid, well, thankful now that I have all my boxes. But, like, the Saturn, I never owned a Saturn. I bought PlayStation, so. The PlayStation's, you know, it's very nostalgic to me. That was the first console I bought with my own money. That was like huge. You know, Super Nintendo I had, and that was My parents bought that. Nintendo was a Christmas gift for both my older brother and little brother. No, older brother and me. My little brother wasn't born yet. And then my first ever console was the, well, technically console, computer, whatever you want to call it, was a TI-99. That's what we were jamming on for the Nintendo. I loved it. Playing Parsec. They didn't get, well, you didn't care about the box, but it's cool you have the box, so, you know, it's cool that it's there. It's like, oh, it's cool. Why did, like, I did not cut this power harness in. They kept it tight. I'm not gonna hook that up yet. Oh, see, it's even. I had it going the other way too, and it. This is so tight. Now I even want to just move it back a little bit more. This is crazy how tight this is. I'm like in awe. Look at this. What am I missing? What am I missing? The other solder points? I mean, I could solder it directly to the... No, I wouldn't want to do that. It's just this power supply is just that small. That is so tight. I'm like, not about that at all. I'll try it out. I might be. Look how tight that is. Things. Oh yeah, you can't even see it. I just realized how tight that is. I didn't cut anything off that. Springboard in here. The ground is fine, but why is it so tight? Solder to the bottom. Might end up doing that. I might end up just soldering right to the bottom. I just liked having the harness, but look, that's tight. Jeez. Oh, this is actually reversed. There we go. That's put in a couple screws. We're done. We are done. Wow. Man, that's so tight. Still not over that. Yeah, you got it in Massachusetts, the great state of Massachusetts. You got it. I do have a pretty bad Boston accent, but I was also born there. But, you know, I can cover it up pretty well. I like to think I can anyway. Although I still get like found out like every time I go to a different part of the country. Oh, are you from Boston? Yes. Nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, proud of it. Yeah, I'll probably, this thing isn't going to be together that long before I start, before I end up doing the F-Ram mod to it. I thought I already did, but I did do the other two. I don't know, I didn't do it to this one. Look at that though, huh? Hey, you live in Massachusetts too? See? There you go. Do people call you out on your accent too? They don't. They call me out so bad. Anywhere I go, down south, Midwest, they just, like, oh, you from Boston? Yeah, I'm from Boston. Look at that though, huh? We got could jump rope with this thing. It's like this is crazy. This is so tight. I can't get over that. Like, I know you want to keep, obviously it's a power cord, you want to keep it as short as you can, but like, that's a little too short. We're like a little more slack, like even just the slack they have on the ground. I mean, you know, if you stick it in, like they recommend there in the manual, I guess it would have more slack, but either one. Yeah, and this ribbon cable, I don't know what. Some of this. Yeah, put the lid on, it'll be fine. I live in Mass too. Mac from Boston? Oh, are you from Boston too? I was born in St. Margaret's on the Hill in Dorchester. That's where I was born. And it's not even there anymore. It does look pretty good, doesn't it? It's like, beautiful. Love it. I will say, it's fun to see all the colors and there's just like nothing attached, but they gotta give us something to attach it. That's why I really think it'd be a good idea. Just do like a little like two little spade connectors, you know, so then you can take it off no problem. And then yeah, all right, it's easy. I've been half the time I've just been talking this whole time. I've been like if you cut this stream down, it'd be like 10 minutes to do just the soldering. Oh, and like the fact that I'm like OCD when I start soldering, and I'm like, oh, just go a little more. So yeah, so you see, so when that guy dropped off that Saturn, see, not everyone from Massachusetts, we're not all massholes, all right? We're not. All right, that guy literally came over and dropped off a Saturn for cheap. I was like, this is amazing. See, we're good people in Massachusetts. That's what I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change everyone thinking that we're all like massholes, and we're good people. We're good people. I know, right? And the best thing is when people say we don't drive. Mark, but say Mac. Drop the R. Nice. Mac. It's Mac. We drop literally all the R's. We don't have R's in our vocabulary. We really don't. You know, it's better that way. I think so. It's distinguished. That's the way I like to think about it. It's distinguished. It is funny though, like when you think about our accent, like it's so, like I love our accent. I think it's awesome, but like, you know, other accents, I don't know. Like Midwest, good for them. You know, that's awesome. But I wouldn't want to say pop. You know, they say pop. I don't say pop. I'm trying to think. Oh, Wicked. That's one that I get called out on all the time. I always say Wicked. Like it's wicked awesome. Get called out a lot for that. Everyone calls it. Even people who live in Boston call me out for that. They're like, oh, all right. Well, it's wicked awesome. Such a chill stream. Look at that. I streamed 2 days in a row. I did the GPS control from start to finish yesterday. Mode today. Mac. See, I love it. Actually, yeah, I'm sure Greg will make something that'll make that look a little better. But it's not half bad. I will say the nice thing about the RIA is, you know, I 3D printed the like the enclosure, you know, for it. So it's kind of like, not enclosure, but like the tray. So it like kind of goes in and looks nice, but well, Greg will make something. I know, I even like just like buying off Greg, like instead of just printing it myself, because like I just like supporting him. Like again, the designs he does is great, and it's like I feel bad even he releases them for free, and I'm like, yeah, I would pay for this. Like, and so, and I'm like, well, I'll just pay for it. Hey, that GC loader, I put in the original, I put 2 of the original ones in. We had to do the flex cable, and the other ones I've wicked easy. But yeah, that GC loader like mount is amazing. It's like incredible. I love it. It uses the same screws. The texturing he does on the top is really nice. Which I want to get that bed. I want to get that bed for mine because it comes out really nice. He's awesome. See, now you're speaking. I speak my language with that last comment right there. That's literally how I mostly talk. But yeah, so there you go. We just took this $25 Saturn to the next level. To the, we put it into a turbo mode, if you will. So bad. That is a joke. That's fine. I'm excited though. This is gonna be fun. Just trying it out because I've already loaded it up. All I gotta do is plug in my HD Retrovision cables. Highly recommend. And the AC adapter. Plug in the wireless controller there. We're good. Oh, wait a minute. My LED bar. Did that come off? Yeah. Hold on. Did it shift? Hold on. See, that's why I like modding on stream. It's actually, the whole modding on stream thing started a little while ago on Twitch. And it's really because my friends were like, oh man, you use like such cool mods, why don't you like stream it? And I was like, alright. We'd watch. Okay. So I did. But it's fun. Yeah? Listen to good music and just chat with like cool people from Massachusetts. Straight up. Although there's other people here, no one's chatting. Feel free to say hi. Oh, you're just getting started? Oh yeah, you got this. You got this, bro. Honestly, even like I said yesterday in my my video there, with when I did the GBS control, that's a fantastic place to start, especially doing some of the optional mods. Oh, it did move just a bit. There we go. Now that LED bar is good. But yeah, because if you do, like all the optional mods and stuff, you really do a lot of different types of modding. It's always good to start on like dead boards and stuff, but considering the GBS control is like 8200 is like legit 20 something bucks, like kid, you can't go wrong. Do it up, literally, even if you wreck it, you're out 20 bucks. Same price as a high-end drink on top of the Pro. Actually, it's more like... Actually, I think that place closed. So it's kind of like... That's crazy. Top of the hub. That was like a wicked fancy restaurant right at the top of the Prudential Center. I think it did close. But I remember I went there like back in the day and it was like, oh my god, it's like $20 for beer. Like, what is this? But yeah, so GPS control is not a bad idea to like start with soldering and stuff. And yeah, honestly, you don't need expensive equipment. Like I got a ZD915 right there for desoldering. That thing is fantastic. The KSGER, the Kissinger, this thing, the soldering iron is awesome. It really is awesome. The one that Voltar does, I recommend. My handle's just messed up. So luckily I got too many soldering irons, so I have the soldering iron there that I've been using this time. Yeah, even the hot air station, I've got that. That's the 858D. Find that online. That's good for like FRAM mod and stuff like that. But yeah, honestly, like just practice and use flux. Don't not use flux. Use flux. It's huge. And I personally use 6040 solder. I don't know. What's the thickness on this one? Oh, 0.032. It's only in my face inches. So I don't know what Voltar recommends, but watch some of his videos. He's really good too. But yeah, just kind of soak up all the knowledge. You'll be modding before you know it. I think I've done. If you look at my channel, I've done jeez, 3DO RGB, Wii Duel. Actually, did I record that stream that Wii Duel I did? No. I did a few Wii Duels, but I might have. I think I might have. Because I probably was complaining about the amount of screws in a Wii Duel. It's a ton. But yeah, so check any of those out. Oh, if you are into desoldering, again, I did a Sharp Twin Famicom NES RGB not too long ago. I know that's up. But yeah, the high def mod's really good too. I did that. But they have to desolder the PPU and the CPU. But same difference. Flux is your friend. Yes. Flux is your friend. And clean off it. Like, even though I use Kester No Clean, which is fantastic Flux, highly recommend that. Like, at the end of the day, you still got to clean it. Like, there's no clean. It's still going to be sticky. Like, so definitely clean it with anything over 91% ISO. The better, the higher the percentage, the better. But 91 and over is good. 99 is fantastic if you can find it right now, which is might be a little hard. But oh, would you buy? Oh yeah, dude, Hacko's amazing. So Hacko's fantastic. You kidding me? Oh my gosh, it's some of the best you can get. It's funny though because even like that ZD915 desoldering gun, I use Hacko filters in there because they're awesome. Just sometimes it's pricey, you know what I mean? Hacko can be pretty pricey, and you can get decent stuff for decent price. It's not Hacko, but at the same time, even that soldering iron that KSGER there that uses T12 like Hacko tips and stuff. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, go ahead, watch the backlog, watch it, enjoy. A lot of streams. I do a lot of streams, but I like to stream now. I'm pretty all about it. It's funny because I thought I was gonna be streaming on Twitch, like that was the place, but like I had more people come see me on YouTube, and the last one I did on Twitch, which was last week, was the Neo Geo. I have to say this right. The Neo Geo CD SD loader. It's the Furtek, what Furtek did. So I put in one of those, and if you look back, it was artifacting. It was horrible. I was like, I couldn't believe it, and I felt bad because I was like, I did that because, in case people need to like check it out and want to go right along, like a Bob Ross painting, just like mod right along in the background while I'm talking about it. But yeah, they just like it artifact. It looked horrible, and it was because of Twitch. I'm using the same settings, same computer right here, and I shut it down after every time and turn it back on right when I'm here. I only use this computer for this, essentially, and like little updates and stuff. Like I was updating that, redoing the firmware on the DC HDMI or DC digital. Now when I plugged it in, went from DC HDMI to DC digital. When I went to the OSD afterwards, but yeah, like I was like, it's not the computer, nothing changed. It's just, yeah, for some reason the encoding on YouTube is way better for streaming. So I think I might be just streaming on here for now. And it sucks because I got affiliate on Twitch and stuff, but until they fix it, maybe there are problems, I don't know. Whoa, really? That's actually really cheap for that. It's only 110 for the wow. It's actually really cheap. Was it? I assume it had to been used, right? For that price? Had to have been. Well, maybe not. Maybe, and it's real. Wow, 110. That's fantastic. That really is. That's hold on to that bad boy. I'll treat you well. Mm-hmm. Oh, I knew what you meant. I knew it was the 888D. I knew. Mm-hmm. I knew what you meant. Mm-hmm. But yeah, awesome, dude. Enjoy and have fun. Have fun soldering. Honestly, it's really fun to get into, and it's a great skill to have. You're gonna save yourself a ton of money. Okay, no offense, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Chris and Dan Voltar, they're amazing modders, and they are worth every penny they charge. In fact, I think, to be honest, I think they could be charging a heck of a lot more for the work they do. They do amazing work. But if you start to get comfortable with soldering and doing your own mods, then you're gonna save some money right there, straight up. Like, I think that's one of the coolest things about Voltar is the fact that, like, he could keep his like secrets to himself, if he wanted to, right? And but he doesn't. He like puts them out there. Like, I've done a bajillion Dreamcasts over the course of my life for everything you can name, between PSUs and everything else, and I always replace the battery, but I usually just put another mill in. I go ahead, I put the new battery holder in and keep the recharge circuit and put a rechargeable battery in, which they're more expensive. They're like, I think 10 bucks, 10 bucks per battery. So, you know, it's just, you know, I've always done that. But in his latest video I saw, he put in a diode, and I was like, oh yeah, that's so simple. And you just put in some CR, you know, CR 2032s. Like, it's like a million of them. I have a pack of 6 Energizer lithium ion ones right there I'm looking at untouched. So I was like, wow, that's really cool. So, you know, it's still learning stuff too like that. And it's cool that he kind of like, you know, shares that. I think that's, you know, that's honorable as someone who's just like, you know, he could have like hogged that and be like, it's this, you know, super secret thing, and like you can only get it if you get your, you know, Dreamcast refurb through him. But no, he went ahead and shared it with everybody, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. That's really great. Yeah, a lot of respect for him. What am I gonna play? Oh, what am I gonna play first? Oh man, I could go for some Guardian Heroes right now. I like Guardian Heroes. Maybe some Guardian Heroes or Burning Rangers. Yeah, maybe Burning Rangers. I don't know. That's a great question. That's a great question. What am I gonna play for? I'm thinking, oh yeah, maybe either Guardian Heroes or Burning Rangers or both tonight. It's funny too because I think they re-released. My friend told me they re-released Guardian Heroes on Xbox 360 or something on the arcade, and I was just like, but I could just play it on the Saturn, like HD. Just use the OSSC. You're fine. Yeah, you saw. Yeah, simple mod, right? And like, I know what a diode is. Like, at the end of the day, I was like, why did I never think of that? Just like, put in a diode. Fantastic. But yeah, because I mean the recharge batteries, they last a while when it comes to their overall life. It's just like, if for example in my game room I have everything like the smart plugs and all that, all smart outlets, because I'm an electrician. So, well, was an electrician. I'm no longer an electrician. I got out of the trade. I was like, yeah, screw that, because of our weather. See, you're from Massachusetts. You can attest. The weather sucks. All right, it's either too hot or too cold. It's never just nice. And as an electrician, it's literally that. So, but yeah, so it was like one of those deals where it was just like, oh my gosh, like I have smart plug, so everything's off. I just walk in and go like, hey, you know, the word, and then turn on game room, and it just everything turns on, the TV turns on, everything goes on. And it's just like, you know, that Dreamcast has not been charging that battery that whole time. So it could be like, you know, it could be a couple days where there's no juice to that Dreamcast, so the battery's dead. So that's why I love the FRAM mod too for this. Not so much because of the plugs and all that, but just because, you know, you don't use it, and then all of a sudden you find your battery's dead. It's like, there it goes. There goes that save. Man, so yeah, that's what I mean. He's good people. He's good people. Man, the weather does. It is hot today out there, though. But yeah, I might take streaming. I might take tomorrow off for streaming. I might just like chill. We got a pool. Might just end up at the pool, just enjoying some of the sunshine. It's just sometimes it gets too hot. Oh, especially when I was an electrician. Oh, in the attic. Oh, so hot. Glad I'm out of that. I should, but also I shouldn't, because I love my game room. It has got insane amount of consoles, but also might be a little bit of a mess at the moment, but especially because I was just playing Naomi, so like Naomi is so annoying to like play. It's so great, I love it, but it's like, you know, first you have your HAS, and then you got, you know, you get the power supply for the HAS, and then I got another one to give it enough power for the NetDim to work, and you get the Naomi itself, and then you get the converter from, you know, to the JVS IO to JAMA converter by Capcom there. It's like sprawled out everywhere, and you're just like, oh, I have to clean this up later. That's future me problem. But yeah, I mean, if you can name it, I got it up there. And I try to organize it really nicely, and it is like organized nice. The wiring, I'm constantly switching stuff in and out, and that's like the biggest pain, because like I'll go ahead and, you know, I'll wire it up all nice and neat. It'll be great. Like there's no wire. You can't. There's no wiring between the TV to the consoles. That's clean. There's no wiring there, because I ran that all on the wall. But like from console to like the switcher, because I have like the 17 HDMI switcher that has a touchscreen on it and stuff. So like that runs Origin. So like that's cool and all, but that's like 17 HDMI ports, right? So I have a G-Comp, technically two G-Comps. I got the 8x2 and the smaller one, the 4x2. I got a G-SCART up there. It's just like, it's a lot. Oh, and an Extron for the VGA stuff. So it's like, it's a lot of wires, and I just would like to. It stinks that there's a lot of wires, because even like, you know, I run them and then, yeah. And I've got the 4K TV, and I got LEDs. They all work. Oh yeah. Well, I have zero cable management in my camera, but who cares? They all work. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Because like legit, I just like, every time I go in there and I'm like, I'm just going to redo all these wires right now. I'm going to do all these wires. I'm just like, you know, I could just do that, or I could actually like play. I'd rather just play with like, just sit down and relax and play some games. But yeah, I got a 4K TV up there, and I got LED lights that go with what's on the picture, which is cool. It's not Philips Hue, it's Dream Screen, which I don't even know if they're in business anymore, because I got it a couple of years ago. It's freaking cool. And then I've got a 27-inch Trinitron Sony flat screen, which is nice. Not HD, goes up to 480i. Fantastic for when I do double Time Crisis 2, because next to it I have a 36-inch JVC that is gigantic. It's amazing. But that's why I have like two PS2 set up at all times, and linked together with the iLink cable, and two GunCon 2s, double Time Crisis on two CRTs. It's a fantastic feeling. But yeah, so I get that, and then I get my Sony corner because I'm a Sony fanboy. But I have every Sony iteration of a console that's like a major iteration, including the PSX, like the PS2 for the DVR in there, and it works still. I don't know how much longer that thing will work, but it works. But yeah, and then I got what I wanted is I wanted all of them in black and in white. So they're all black on one, all black on the back, and then they're all white in the front. So it's cool. I don't know. I love it. Oh yeah, I got a yeah, of course. I have sorry, I totally forgot about my PVM. I have a 14-inch Sony PVM. Honestly, I don't play on it a lot, because if I'm gonna play, like I'd rather, I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but like my 14-inch Sony PVM, it looks great. I mean, it's a Sony PVM, but like on a CRT, it's just like, I just like having that bigger picture, you know? I mean, that's probably why the two CRTs that I have in that room, which I have two other ones around the house, but it's just some crazy. But that's why I want, like, it's a 27-inch and a 36-inch. Like, I love the size. The size is huge. So when I'm playing the 14-inch, I literally am just like, last time I was playing GoldenEye actually on it. I set up like close to it, and I'm just like, oh, I really like this. I like to kind of sit like back on the couch and enjoy. So, you know, I'm the weird retro gamer who's like, PVMs are fantastic. Love them. I think they're incredible. But like, I'd rather just play on a CRT. Especially because, like, it's like, you know, I still have one of the CRTs in the house that is like the one that I had when I was a kid, you know, recapped it and everything, and it's like I don't know, just nostalgia. It doesn't even have component, it has just composite, but I'm just like, that's nice. It's just like, that's you know, I beat Metal Gear Solid for the first time on that TV, and it wowed me, you know. So I don't know. But I usually don't play on that one a lot, because the Trinitron has component, and that's what I use on there, and then the JVC has too, so that's what I play on there. Oh, nice! $150? Yeah, no, the only reason why I have that PVM, I got it for free. Literally. It was like, it was one of the news centers. It's either 5 or 7, I forget now, it was so long ago. But I got that thing for free. And it was a cracked, the plastic on the front had cracked too, so they were just dumping that thing. But yeah, got it. That's the only reason why I have it. I got it for free. Otherwise, I wouldn't really hunting it down. But I'm glad you got it for $150. That's cheap. Again, that's really cheap. I agree. Well, I mean, overrated to a point. I think there's some people who are like obsessive and they're like, it's the only way you can play is on a PVM. But it's like, honestly, I don't know. Like, the CRT it looks like, yeah, it's kind of like what you said. It looks good too. Like, PVM is sharp. Like, you know, and I think it is, like, if you experience it, it is a great experience. But like, I don't know. CRTs are great too. And you can get them for like free. And the 27-inch Trinitron I got for free. Like, literally, that one was a Facebook Marketplace. I was like, oh, this is great. Came with a remote, barely used. It's like 2005 too, so it's like newer. So it's like, this is awesome. So I agree. A really good CRT is like, that's good too. And honestly, I mean, if you don't even want to deal with any CRT or any tubes or anything like that, there's so many great ways to play this bad boys on like modern TVs now. Again, I bought a FrameMeister years ago, and that was even before the OSSC came around. And you know, I loved it. I thought it was great. I had you know, even had the DVD O, I think it was called, or Zero, like way back in the day too. Like, that was the way to do it. But like, you know, now there's so many great options. You know, the FrameMeister's not. It's a little long in the teeth, you know, now. But, you know, there's so many great options. You want to plug and play, get a retro thing. Boom. You'd be golden. You know, OSSC, it's so sharp. It's so sharp. It's incredible. Like, literally, like HD Retrovision cables and an OSSC, and you just can't get better on a flat screen. It's that simple. Be careful if you ever recap anything that has a tube in it. Be careful. I was even like, I have two Vectrexes, and I love the Vectrex, and they're actually, if you actually look, it goes Vectrex, my 14-inch PVM, and the other Vectrex. It almost looks like there's two speakers next to the PVM, just because like where that part of the room is, I can like kind of sit real close. So, but yeah, I recapped them, and it's weird too because they're capped on both sides of the board. It's weird. It's like the way it's soldered is that they solder on both sides. It's weird. But so it's actually a little difficult to recap, but I definitely didn't even want to stream it because I was like, oh, I don't want people to like say, hey, you know, wow, that's all you gotta do. Like, that's where I like a little sketchy, like being like, oh, like I don't want to show people how to like discharge a CRT and be responsible. Like, even in my other videos, I'm like, I'm not responsible for whatever you do. Just saying. So, but like, oh, I just couldn't imagine like anyone who didn't know what they were doing. Oh, 'cause it's super dangerous. Again, I mean, former electrician, I'll tell you, it's really dangerous. It's a lot of voltage. Again, so even though amperage is really what kills you, but voltage also, you know, takes into account. Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. The Pro, the Pro is awesome, dude. So I got the I don't know if you saw my stream yesterday, but I literally had all my scalers because I wanted to stress that the GBS control is not an OSSC killer by any means. You know, it's just another tool in the toolbox. And the RetroTink 2X Pro, what I said about that is 100% true. The new firmware Mike G put out, those scan lines are amazing. Oh my gosh, they look insane. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I want to say it was like 2 firmwares ago. He put in a new scan line filter or something. Like it was different from what was on there before because I bought it on launch when he launched it, and it's amazing looking. Like it almost makes me want to watch like movies because I have a laserdisc player too. It's like watch laserdisc with the scan lines on a flat screen just to see how it looks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking, oh, that'd be pretty cool. Watch the original Star Wars on laserdisc. Vectrex. I love the Vectrex. I love it. You know, and a funny story about that too. I have a friend who he's big into emulation, and that's great. Again, I'm a big believer in like any way you can play the games is awesome. So again, my friend, for him, what works for him is Raspberry Pi and emulation on his computer. And I say, have at it. That's awesome because really, you're playing the game. That's all that counts. However you want to play it, it's up to you. But we were playing Spike, right? So he I was like, oh yeah, you want to try? He's never used the Vectrex before. And it's like, oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, I want to play Spike. And I was like, oh yeah. I got the Sean Kelly multi-cart, and I just got the other Vectrex like card in that you can like load you know, like a flash card, if you will. But anyway, so he's like playing it, and he was like, oh, that's how it sounds? And I was like, yeah, why? And he was like, oh, well, it's really not good. The emulation's really not good in the Raspberry Pi then. And I was like, what? And sure enough, he was like, yeah. And so I went over his house, like, whatever, long ago after that. And he played it on the Pi. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, it was weird. It just couldn't, like, recreate the voices well. And the noises for Spike. Oh, no, Molly. So, but he had a blast. Yeah, we do need to stick together. All right, that's absolutely right. No, I gotta go too. I'm gonna try out this mode. It was great talking to you, though. It's always great talking to anyone on the stream. But yeah, if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I like to stream. I'm probably gonna end up streaming on here now, or I'll release videos. Definitely on YouTube. Again, it's I got a job. It's just like this isn't my job or anything, so I don't expect like like a schedule and So I just kind of do it for fun. That's all. I'm just having a blast. But hey, it was great talking to you. Thank you again for answering my message. Like, what was that, like 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that? So I cannot wait to try this out. So I will catch